Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in.
Hello, everybody in the house. Oh, Hunter's ready. She's ready to go. She's ready to work.
I'm ready to work.
Did you do 13 things before we jumped on today yet, or what?
Here's the thing. The Vyvanse is Vyvancing today. And I think I cracked the code.
Okay.
Because I think what I've been doing is I've been having Vyvanse, and then first thing I'll do in the morning is have coffee also. Okay. And today and yesterday I had protein and no coffee.
Okay.
Worked way better.
Interesting.
I feel like if I have the coffee right away, I feel very much like, I don't know, tired and sluggish, and it's weird. Yeah. I have like this like burst of energy and then I feel tired and sluggish, but I feel like when I have protein before, I don't know, guys.
Well, the caffeine crash is crazy if you're somebody who gets those.
Oh my God.
Caffeine crash
also
is crazy.
If you're on Vyvanse and you know around like 3 p.m.,
yeah,
you get this like come down where you're just like, oh, if I don't take a nap right now, I'm going to keel over.
Right.
You asked me what shirt I was wearing before this, and I said, here's the thing. I'm Gen Z.
Okay.
If you took one look at me right now, you'd go, shh, that's Gen Z.
She's 18.
Now, here's the thing also, is that Gen Z is trying to pretend that they came up with a halter top.
Oh, yes. Well, just
and
like
a tube top.
Yes,
and
they also
the tube top with like the flowers on it.
The tube top with the flowers, the tube top. They came up apparently with flared leggings.
Yeah.
And that was all their idea. They also came up with 90s music.
Yeah.
They invented the Nirvana. 90s music 10 years ago.
Yes, absolutely. This is from Old Navy, sister.
Okay.
And
Slay. It's so cute.
Here's another thing. Thank you so much. Here's another thing is that I'm going to make a prediction.
Okay.
Gap is going to have a comeback bigger than ever.
Okay.
Bigger than ever before.
Okay.
Gap is going to have such a resurgence. It's going to have its Abercrombie moment. Now, I wish that they would expand their sizing, but I think that they are having their Abercrombie moment because their XXL runs very big, just like Abercrombie's does. I would say their XXL runs like a true 2022. But I just think that it's going to like, dude, I got shirts that say Gap on them.
Do you know who the creative director of Gap is right now?
Who?
It's Zach Posen.
Okay,
he just took over in 2024. So it absolutely that'd be like literally be like, I cannot believe these dresses are so incredible. Meanwhile, it's Dolce & Gabbana. It's like,
yes,
you know what I mean though? Like,
yes.
It's interesting you say that because obviously the Zach Posen is Zach Posening. You know?
Exactly, dude. I mean, the stuff is good. The quality is good. But like, here's the thing. I just bought 2 shirts that say Gap on them.
Right. Imagine if I was like Ivanka Trump is the new
creative director. Dude, I literally thought you were gonna go there. I thought you were gonna be like the old. Like I was like, oh my God, don't like we have to delete this. Like can't air this.
No, cute though.
But you know what I mean? Like here's the thing. And I literally the other day almost bought a shirt that said Old Navy on it. Like I don't know. I'm kind of here for this like nostalgic vibe of everything.
Absolutely.
It feels very like before I would be like, oh, I don't want that. It says like Gap all over it. Yeah. And now I'm like, I don't know. It makes me happy. I like the cut. I like the color. I like the vintage feel of it, and like it's giving.
Listen, if you told me 5 years ago you're going to be buying a lot of Abercrombie, I'd be like, what? No,
literally, because I'd also be like, I don't support.
I'd be like, surely no. They don't cater to me at all, but now they do to an extent. And
they make the best trousers.
Oh, you guys, we've talked it. Great. You guys know where about the
Michaela,
Abercrombie.
I've yet to find
Sloan
one
trouser.
That is as their Sloan, and then also I wish they would come back with their crepe trouser. And it goes up to a size 37, which I think is what, a 24, 26 or 26, 28,
something like that.
And by the way, they also run larger, I find.
Yeah, they definitely
even
do.
they're like 35, 36, like they run larger.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's so
okay.
good,
So we're
dude.
here for these like nostalgic brands.
Yeah, I'm just
We
like,
love.
here's the thing. We're gonna start seeing, I'm just mark my words, you guys, we're gonna start seeing
Okay.
like the Gigi Hadids in shirts that say Gap.
I mean,
Just mark
yeah.
my words.
I love a throwback to like that old school Americana, like Old Navy white shirt with the
For the
American
4th of
flag on it. Yeah, like
July.
4th of
Oh
July,
my
like before,
gosh.
things were we felt weird about American flags.
Isn't it weird, Michaela? I literally, here's the thing. Old Navy and Gap and all these places right now have the cutest like American flag, very like Ralph Lauren Americana stuff. And I want to buy it so bad, but I'm like,
I know.
I can't.
Well, I saw a girl post. She was wearing like one of those Brandy Melville sweaters that has the American flag
Yeah.
on it. That's so popular, and she was like, "How can I wear this in a non-MAGA way?"
No,
And I was like, "There's
literally.
no way." She's like, "I want to wear this, but like in a non-MAGA way."
That's why 2024 was so nice because it was election year and the ball was
Yeah,
kind of up in the air and you could really kind of
totally.
wear whatever you wanted to wear it in
Yeah,
that vein.
right.
And everyone would kind of just say, there's no way that this
Yeah, there was
person's
like they could
voted
you
for
could
that.
cast a level of doubt upon.
Exactly.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
But yeah,
Well,
I'm really living for it. And you guys know I'm in my style era. I'm just kind of having fun. I'm kind of like doing the things. Yesterday I
you
wore
are.
a very colorful blue suit and I told
Yeah.
Michaela that like I felt like I was in a costume because I
Mm,
always wear black and
right.
especially if I'm wearing a suit. And this was like a very fashiony. It was from Mango, which I also love lately, but it was a very fashiony kind of like oversized blazer and kind of like looser pants, which is
Right.
so like not something I normally wear, but I'm just trying things.
Mhm.
And
And how'd you feel?
I felt really good in it because everyone was like, "Oh my god, I love that color, that is." But when I first put it on, I was like, "I feel like I'm in a costume.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
I'm in a
think that there's
costume,
a
and I gotta get
difference,
over
but
it."
I think that there's a difference too between wearing something that's like uh comfortable in like a this aligns with who I am, and then there's a comfortable of like this is just physically comfortable.
Yeah, and I
And
usually tend to go to,
yeah, the
"This is
physically.
physically comfortable."
Yeah, for sure. And I think that the more though that you wear something that maybe is a little outside your comfort zone, it just stops being like that costumey feeling.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's what I'm trying to do, like, even when I go to, like, the park or something with the kids, right? Like, I typically wear a legging like, a tank top, always. That's, like, my uniform. I have 500 of them. But now
right.
I'm like, "Okay, I got these really cute little cargo pants from Gap. I'm gonna, like, try to wear that and the cute top instead." And then
Mhm.
every photo of me for my kids is not gonna just be me in the same Athleta leggings and airy tank top.
Right.
Literally,
And
if you
thank
look at my
you.
scrapbook,
Yeah.
it's me in that.
Right. Thank
Yeah.
you. And everyone's going to think it was
Thank
from
you.
the same day. Thank
No, they're
you.
gonna be like, "How is her baby 8 months and 4
Right.
in the same day? She's
Right.
wearing the same thing.
Exactly.
There's no way this girl wore this every single day."
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way.
So
But
I'm
you
in
know
my
what?
style out era.
Well, we're all here for it. I'll say that. Also for what it's worth. Okay, I'll
Thank
say
you.
that. And thank you. If we're going to talk about somebody changing up their style or at least the way that they're sort of presenting themselves, can we talk about the whole Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap of it all? Now, did you hear about this?
Sure did.
Okay.
Sure did. Right off
Now
the
this is
heels
an
of her
Emmy
confirming she's
nominated.
single.
This is an Emmy nominated
Yeah.
actress,
And now we
actor.
know. We know this. We don't this goes without saying. I'm gonna meet her next week.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Now that I've said that, you're
Yeah.
gonna meet her next week
I'm gonna
because
go to
this is
an
what happens
event probably
every.
for this soap.
Literally, you're gonna get invited
Yeah.
to the soap, and they're gonna be like, "We'll pay you to come." And Hunter doesn't say no to $1, so she'll
No.
go
I'll
regardless.
go and then it'll be a
And
whole thing and yeah.
right,
So we
and
know
then we'll
this to
have
be
to
sure. So let's just
right.
wait for the next episode
Right,
where I
everyone
talk
get
about
ready
that.
for Sydney Sweeney ex model citizen episode. And here's the thing. Again, this is an Emmy nominated actor. Now, I'm just like, I here's the thing about it.
Yeah.
I support a woman making money, however. Like, you know me, I'm all about it. But like, is this the recession indicator we've all been talking about? Where
Right
it's
now
like
here's
we're taking anything and everything? I need
well,
to
and
like,
here's the thing. Okay. I'm
what's your take
kind
on
of
this?
in the middle, which is
Okay.
surprising. Okay.
No, no, yeah.
Because part of me is like, brilliant. This is
Brilliant.
almost every guy is going to have this. Every guy is going to have this as maybe like a gag gift for somebody,
Sure.
and every girl is going to buy this for like their best guy friend, whatever, right?
Mm.
It's probably going to sell out. Let's just be so for real.
Mhm.
Now, my next thing is it going to be real bathwater? Like, is she going to be just sitting in water and then they're just taking drops of that and putting it in? So how, or is this just like a fun, quirky little situation? I don't know. But also, this is
It's
coming off the heels of her saying she's single. I just have to say
right.
that again.
Right. I think that it's a really good question. I think that they're only doing like 5,000 of them, so it's not like it's going to be like something that's on the shelves forever. But it's like I didn't the like their whole tagline is like it's the perfect combination of the two best places on the planet, the outdoors and Sydney Sweeney's bathtub. And like
Mm,
something about it makes me uncomfortable. I think it's like the whole made
yeah,
for the male experience part of it that I don't like. I don't like how it's geared towards the men. And it's
right.
like, and now I'm also not like trying to kink shame either. So if you're into somebody's bathwater, I love that for you. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like anything that is geared or marketed towards men, I'm like inherently skeptical and
Yeah,
like
you're like
rejecting
shaving
of.
cream. You're like
I'm like, how
Gillette.
dare they?
How dare Gillette? You're like, men are not allowed
Right. Men
to
no,
have
showers
soap.
are not for
No,
no,
showers
showers
are for the
are for
girls.
men. Showers are really for men. And let me tell you,
I
as somebody who's been to Comic-Cons, showers need to be more enforced upon men, okay? Because you will not find a stinkier place. You will
Thank
not
Comic
find a
Con.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, literally. And you know what? I saw a girl at Comic-Con who was holding up a huge sign that said, "If you can afford Comic-Con tickets, you can afford deodorant."
Oh my god, that's amazing. Also, just brilliant marketing for a
L
deodorant brand.
Literally, dude. Dove, get in
I
there.
would go right in there.
G
That's like
get
a
in
shoe in.
there. Mhm. Glide, get in there or whatever, you know what I mean? Get in there.
What is the brand? Isn't it like a Sasquatch the brand or whatever?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, it's Doctor
S-
Squatch or whatever, Doctor
So they did
Sasquatch.
a. I think can you look it up? But they did a line I think with superheroes.
Okay.
Did they? And I think I got it for Brian, and I think the soap was bomb.
Was it?
Yeah, if I'm thinking of the right one.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah, 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 this is
Okay.
the Avengers collection one.
So
This
I
is
so
very
I
his tea. Yes, yes,
I had
yes.
passed by it on the shelves and I was like it made me stop because it was the packaging was so cute and then I smelled them and dude they smell amazing
Do they?
and they're amazing and like now
Okay,
he's a
well, here's
huge
the thing.
fan.
Do we get it? Do I get it? Do we make it for the
That's the
girls?
thing.
Do we make
Well,
it for the
here's the
girls?
thing. Maybe we do like a turnaround where we go like, yeah, this is Sydney Sweeney's bathwater mixing with my bathwater. Like it's kind of a vibe.
Literally, we do that, and then we sell soap that is our bathwater and Sydney Sweeney's
Sydney
bathwater.
Sweeney X model citizen bathwater soap.
Right. And then they literally come for us
How
litigiously.
much would nobody buy my bathwater soap?
I think you'd be surprised how many
How
would
much would
actually.
literally people be like, we're all set on that one?
I think that you don't go into your DMs enough because I can assure you people would.
Michaela, my DMs are now kind of for the girls.
Well, yes, I know. Thank God for that. I'm so
Yeah.
jealous.
Because
I
it
really am
literally
so jealous.
was like for the boys for the longest time. And now it's kind of for the girls, which I
Yeah,
love.
because you're a literal mother, and like it's like
Yeah. I'm giving mother.
trust me, dude. I've been trying to change my content around for years at this point to get the boys away. I don't want
Also,
them in my DMs.
it literally looks like I'm putting like zins in my mouth, but I'm putting little cheese cubes in my mouth.
Yeah, sure, sure you are.
Some little pepper jack.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been cleaning my closet since early this wee morning.
I made
I know. How
once
is it?
again. I'm in my matcha area, you guys, and I made a maple matcha this morning, and it's actually super good.
So
I
how do
can't
you do
crack.
it?
I can't crack the Blank Street blueberry recipe. I've tried it. There's one more way I can try it, and if I can't get this one, then I just simply am never going to be able to have it until
So
I go to a
how
Blank
did you
Street.
make the matcha, the
So
maple
here's what I
matcha?
do. I take almond milk, I put it in like one of these mason jars, put
Mm-hmm.
some maple syrup in there, and I shake it up, right? So it gets all mixed up. Put a little ice in there. Then you make the matcha, pour that in there. Literally so easy.
How do you make your matcha?
So I do the matcha powder. I got the little kit. I do the
Yeah.
matcha powder, and then I do some cold milk, just like some regular like oat milk or something. Do the
Okay.
whisking and get it really frothy. Now I think you're supposed to use warm water if you're doing it. But like I have also seen lots of people that just do it with like cold
Got
milk
it.
or cold water. I think that the warm milk kind of like fucks with the texture a little bit. So like I've just been doing it with cold water and I just whisk it really, really,
Got
really,
it.
a Z motion, and then you pour it on top.
Now, can I change your life with something that's just
Yeah.
gonna make your life so much easier?
Yeah, but if you're gonna say to put it in the milk frother,
Yeah. Yeah.
it doesn't work.
It does,
No,
Michaela.
it
I
doesn't
make it
work.
all the darn
No,
time.
no, 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 no. It's not gonna work though. I'm gonna tell you why it's
Yeah.
not gonna work because the stuff gets stuck in it. At least in
Well,
mine.
oh, okay, but here's what you need to do.
And
You
that's a
need to
waste.
froth the milk first, and then, you can pour it in while it's frothing,
Right, right, right,
and
right,
then
right.
it'll
Listen,
you know
that's
what
a
I mean?
great way. That's a great way. I've
I'm
done it
just saying,
before.
but
I no,
you're
no, no.
doing it
I
like
have
the
done it
authentic
before.
way.
I'm trying to do it the authentic way.
You're
Is the
staying
thing.
authentic with it.
I'm trying
I
because
like that.
I'm disrespecting it all in general by not using a hot liquid in there. So I'm like, okay, I have
Yeah.
to at least balance this out by
Yeah.
doing
Also,
it
the
like a
set's really
traditional way.
cute. Don't you feel like so
So
much
cute.
it just feels like very bougie,
It's
right?
very bouge. It's bougelicious. You know what we didn't talk about is the
What?
fact that, and now we don't have to talk about what it was for or anything, but the fact that you and I did a whole photo shoot together, essentially.
Oh, I know. We
We
never
didn't
talked
talk about
about
that.
that.
We didn't mention that at all during our recap
Do you
episode of
know
when I was in New York because it was
I
all the
know.
Sports Illustrated about all of it all.
There's so much that we like just haven't even because you forget, right? There's so much that
Hmm.
goes on that you forget.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michaela and I did a photo shoot together, which was so much fun.
Yeah. Very impromptu
And
for me.
very impromptu. So it was for something that I'm doing, which will be announced, I think if I'm correct, maybe August
Hmm. Yeah. That would
ish.
make sense.
Very excited to announce it. I'm like
Hmm.
biting at the bit
This is
to
big.
announce
This is
it.
big.
And
This is,
so
dare I
something,
say, one of the biggest things
yeah, I would say. I
that
would
you've ever
say.
done.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say.
So y'all strap in and strap on.
Very excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you girlies are going to be excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had shot something for that. And then when we showed up on set, they were like, oh my God, you and your sister, like, we need to do something with you and your sister for this. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah. And so they were
Right.
like, well, get her the hell in hair and makeup. And
Yeah.
so
They're like, she
you
looks like she's
were,
been dug up. Get her in hair and makeup, please. We need to
yeah,
get the
dude, and you
Bruce
were
and Kennedy
sad.
on her. And I was
You were
sat for
sad.
it. Yep.
And it was great. And you just fit right in there like a
Well,
little puzzle piece.
what can I say? All
You
right. If
just
you
like,
guys ever need an
you really
impromptu
weaseled
model.
your way in there.
Yeah, I really
You're a
weaseled my
little
way in by walking
weasel.
through the door. That's the thing is like,
I know
I'm
they
just
literally
like,
saw you and they were like,
I
oh,
hope to God no one thinks that I was like, well, let me in. Literally, I
no,
walked
they
through the
literally,
door.
not only that, they were like, can we use you again? Like,
Right. They're like, we need to use you for something. Like, I was just
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Listen, if you
yeah.
stay ready, then you, and our grandma always said, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. Right. And she's
And
always
that's
said
what our
that.
grandma always said.
That's
And
what
that's a
my
quote from
grandma,
our grandma only. And
that's a
hopefully
direct
she's
quote.
quoted these days for that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We
Um,
love to quote things.
we love, that's the thing about
Also,
us.
can I just say something really quickly?
Mhm.
I'm like back in my, like, I'm back on my TikTok shit. I don't know if you've noticed that, but like I was off of TikTok for the longest time because of the
Yeah.
ban. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I can't be bothered to like deal with like the feelings of feeling like I got fucked over a little bit and like there was all this drama for no reason and it was like so annoying and it put such a bad taste in my mouth about TikTok. And then I was like, okay, wait. I actually feel more, it's more fun over on TikTok than it is on Instagram. So now I've switched to being less on Instagram, more on TikTok. And the way that I feel is just so much better when I've been on TikTok for like a
Really?
little while versus Instagram because it's probably just like my For You or like my, you
Yeah.
know, my feed, but like it's just so funny. Like everything I see, like people are so funny and I got funny people, I've got cool dancing, I've got styling videos, I've got dogs and cats and like baby ostriches. Like there's like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing is that also my son literally just woke up from his nap and is right outside my door.
Great. We love it. Bring
Woke
him on
up
in. We'll
now.
have him
He's only
on.
been napping for 15 minutes.
Great. Great, 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 great. Is he growing out of his nap maybe?
Probably. Yeah. I know. I'm literally the last.
You're the last bastion of moms that has
Yeah.
a
Everyone's
toddler.
always like, "You
Well,
still
he's
have
not a toddler anymore, right? What do you call him? Preschool?
child?" Anyways,
What do you call them?
I
Children?
that's really interesting. It's
I don't love Instagram. Instagram for me sometimes nowadays, because it's just like, what even is it anymore? You know?
well, but we were talking the other day that like I have now people on my feed that I
Yeah.
have not seen for years. That
Years.
I was like, "Whoa, what has she been up to?" Like it is
Mm-hmm.
insane. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was like an algorithm redo.
Switch. Yeah. Uh-oh. Don't adjust your volume, guys. Hunter's just being quiet.
I'm
So
just
her
being
son can hear
quiet.
her. She's just being quiet, you guys. You know what? While we're here, because I do want to talk about this quietly.
Yeah.
Um,
Why is your
and
husband there?
yeah, my husband's downstairs, you guys.
Oh,
Martin is
okay.
on a call, and I have to talk about this. And it's funny because I was going to talk about it, and I was going to talk about it quietly. So,
Okay,
Martin's
perfect.
parents have a cat, okay, and this
They
cat's
have a
name is
fucking cat
yeah, they have a cat. They first of all, they used to have 3 cats
and 3 dogs. That's
and
a
3
zoo. That
dogs.
makes a zoo. I think that's a formula for a zoo.
No, we bought a
I
zoo.
think 3 plus 3, 3 cats plus 3 dogs is equals zoo.
Yeah,
That's like
literally,
the
that's the
universal
formula.
formula.
Yes, Owen Wilson. We bought a zoo. Is he the one who was in We Bought a
It's
Zoo,
not
or is
Owen
it Ben?
Wilson. It's no, it's not Ben. I think it's Ben Affleck.
You know who it is? It's Matt
Who?
Damon.
It's Matt Damon, which is
It
kind
is
of
Matt
Owen
Damon.
Wilson and Ben Affleck together, honestly.
Literally,
If we're
period,
gonna be so
period.
for
So
real. The little girl,
Martin's
and that's so cute.
parents, so they had 3 of them when I started dating Martin, and now they only have 1, okay, because the other ones have passed on. Now these cats were like old, okay. They got
Yeah.
Martin was like, I don't. Martin was so young when these cats came into his life, and he's an old man
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah.
their cat, her name is they call her Hunchy, okay, because she's like
I'm
hunched.
shocked. I've never heard of this
Literally, and you never
animal.
will. Her real name is Lilith, but like they call her Hunchy.
Lilith?
Yeah,
Those
Lilith.
are
Don't
2
I don't
bad names.
they're
Those are
listen.
2 for 2 for bad names.
Lilith is kind of fun though, you know. It's kind of like
Lilith is kind
Lilith
of hilarious.
Fair.
You know
It's
that she's like an old,
an old soul,
hacky.
and
Yeah.
she's a black cat, so it like kind of makes
Oh,
sense. You know, she's like very that
there's
vibe,
Lilith.
very Salem.
Yeah.
So they so Lilith is old as shit, okay, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
She's like 20 something, okay, and
Too
yeah,
old.
20,
Too old for a cat.
and they keep thinking that it's like the end for her.
Yeah. That's how it was with Sailor, dude.
I know.
It was literally
No,
the
but this has
frog
like been
from
going on for a long time. And Martin was like, he came to me the other day and he's like, you know, I really think that this might be like actually like truly the end for her, because like she hasn't been eating and
Mm.
she's like losing a bunch of weight and she has like, you know, blood and stuff. And he's like, so, you know, I'm just like kind of gearing up for the phone call. And I'm like, oh, like blah, blah, blah. And then he talks to his parents the other day and they're like, she's fine. She's actually all better. She's eating normal again. And it is the funniest thing to me when animals do this shit, where they're
Dude.
just at the very end of their lifespan and they're just going to hold on forever
It's
and they're going to keep
so
faking you out. And every time he talks to his parents, it's a new situation with the cat.
it's
And it
it's
just is funny.
it's so animals to do that,
So
okay?
animals.
It's so animals. It's like, here's
It's
the
so
thing.
Danimals.
It's so
So Danimals
Danimals.
yogurt.
This is so also grandma coded.
Oh, yeah.
Be so for real. Our grandma for literally like 15 years was like,
I'm
she would go
ready
to the
to
doctor and
go.
she'd be like, nothing is wrong with me. Are you
Yeah.
sure?
We
Are
were
you
just talking about this
sure?
at dinner the other day. Yeah, we were
No,
like,
literally.
she was ready to go. She's like, she would wake in the morning and be like, really? Again? Like,
No,
she was
literally.
just
Anytime she
ready
go to
to
the
call
doctor, she'd be
it.
like, check again because I think there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, she's like, there's got to be something that's going to
And
take me out.
it's so Sailor coded, dude. It's so
I
like
know.
Lilith and Sailor. It's like, listen, animals are going to do one thing. They're going to be 25 when they were supposed to be 13. And they're going to not eat and be so frail and literally throw up blood. And then
Yep.
the next day be literally running around chasing their tails, being young as heck.
Right.
So like, that's the thing. Okay.
They're going to be that.
And they're going to be that. And also here's the thing. Is Martin really going to be sad?
I mean,
I know. I'm
but
such
not
a
really.
bitch.
But here's the thing. It's more
I'm
like,
such a bitch. I just don't think you can be a sad
no.
cat.
It's not. No, he's not. It's not that. It's more just like, it's like everyone's kind of been prepped for it, you know? I think it's like
Mhm.
if you've been prepped for a long time that it could be happening, I'm not saying that it's like maybe it is easier though. Like I never want to speak on anybody's grief, obviously, because of like everything that we've been through. I just like, and I'm not comparing, but I mean like, okay, let's say you have a cat that you knew was going to pass for like a year, or you have a cat that suddenly passes. I feel like the suddenly pass is going to be harder, right? And because
Right.
they have been prepping and gearing for this for like 5 years, I feel like they're almost just
They're
like,
like
and
they're like,
also
"It's been
to be
12
fair,
years."
his dad has been over the cats for like ever since I met them. Like he's been like,
Right.
if this cat is going to cost me $1 more, I'm taking
Right.
it to the Grand Canyon and I'm throwing it off the cliff. You know what I mean? Like he's very much like,
Absolutely.
let's get over, like, let's be done with the guy, because all three of
Right.
them were rescues and they like accidentally stumbled upon all three of them.
Hello, enters in Kitty, who you rescued,
Yes.
dude. Who
Kitty
you
literally was
rescued. Kitty
38
literally
essentially.
we were literally just like, "Okay, come on, we're
Mhm.
trying to travel."
Yeah. Right.
Like,
Exactly. We're like,
you
time to
know?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I was actually talking to one of Hudson's, like, the director for his school yesterday at the school picnic, and she was saying because like, her kid is, like, going off to college, and she's like, "And then I
Mhm.
also have, like, a cat and a dog who are, like, 17, 18, and or, like, her dog is, like, 18, and then her cat is, like, 21." And
Mm.
she's like, "I'm telling you, like, the moment he goes off to school, those 2 are gonna and I'm gonna be."
Alone.
It's always like that though, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like
It's so true. It's
they
so
literally
true.
wait, yeah,
Yes. They
and
wait and
everyone
then
just
it's like, "Oh,
decides to do it at one.
you're going through empty nest syndrome. I'm gonna die."
Goodbye.
Like
Yeah,
that's goodbye.
absolutely. That's so animals, dude.
It's
It's so
so
pets.
animals. Yeah.
It's so
So,
pets. I love that. And also shout out to Lilith.
dude, honestly, fucking
There's not enough
Lilith.
people in the world named Lilith anymore or
There
Blythe.
really there really isn't.
The
There's a lot of names in the
THs,
world.
the THs of it
Yeah.
all is so
Right.
it's
Like you
so
should have been
good.
Thunter.
Hunteth.
Thunter, Hunteth, Hunther.
Hunteth.
Hunteth.
Um, God. Wow. Shout out to Lilith. I have a question for you, and I want to get your
Mhm.
take, basically.
Mhm.
So we were at the park the other day,
Mhm.
and when was it? Oh, it was Memorial Day. And it was super crowded. There were a lot of people there, but there was this one girl there in particular. It was a mom, and she was dressed head to toe like Miss Rachel. She had dark
Mm.
hair, a pink
Okay.
shirt, overalls, and a pink headband. Okay. And now here's the thing, my kids and every kid around thought, is that Miss Rachel? And the thing is
Mm.
this, did she do it on purpose to get attention, or did she accidentally stumble into looking like Miss Rachel? And if she did it on purpose, that's crazy.
Right.
That's
Right.
wild to go
She
to a park. She was literally
she
just
had
pushing her daughter.
kids.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
pushing her daughter on the swing, looked absolutely like Miss Rachel, had her hair in the thing, in a ponytail, in a pink shirt, and here's the thing. If you're accidentally stumbling into that outfit and you don't know who Miss Rachel is, that's also
Mm.
crazy. Like, I was just like, what is like the motive? What's
I
your
don't
take?
first of all, she definitely did it on purpose because here's the thing. Who owns a pink shirt and an overall except for somebody who's a mom? And every mom knows Miss Rachel. So,
Right.
do you
Well,
know
yeah,
what I
she was
mean?
pushing her daughter. So I'm
Right.
just like,
That's what I
but
mean. So I'm
then
just
are
like,
you
you
trying to go to the
know,
park to
and get
then be
attention.
for people to say, "Are you Miss Rachel?"
Right.
Or like, what's the motive here? Because it was very interesting to me.
It's very, very interesting.
Mhm.
To me, I could never. I'm not even a parent, and I know Miss Rachel through and through. Like
Yeah, Brian and I were
if
kind of
somebody
just
was,
like,
I would have thought it was Miss Rachel. I would have been like, is that
no,
Miss Rachel?
literally. And
Yeah,
it's
I think
also a
if
specific
it's kind of weird.
overall. It's like the white like sneakers of it all. It was just
Yeah,
very interesting. I was like, this is the
it's
most crazy
very.
thing. It's
You're
literally
like
like someone.
Disney bounding to the park. Like I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. It was like cosplay. It was like,
Cosplay. She was
what?
LARPing. She was LARPing as Miss
She was
Rachel. And if that's not the name of
LARPing.
this podcast,
She was LARPing.
she was LARPing as Miss Rachel.
Speaking of LARPing,
Okay. Never thought I'd hear your take on LARPing, but yeah, let's go.
What is LARPing? No, but
Uh,
speaking of LARPing.
LARPing is live action role playing. So it's like, have you ever seen people that like go to parks and they have like swords and they pretend like they're in like, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like it's like
It's like
they're role playing.
Renaissance. What's it called?
Yeah,
Not
kind of like Ren
Renaissance.
Fair is like
Ren
LARPing,
Fair.
essentially.
I've
Ren
always
Fair,
kind
yeah.
of wanted to go to Ren Fair.
I've been a couple times. It's super
Yeah.
fun.
And like wear like a cute little bustier and like have yeah.
Oh,
Okay, speaking
it's
of
like where
LARPing,
curvy girls thrive because you can wear a corset and you can have like a full skirt and you have
yeah.
like your milkmaid moment. Like you really do
Your
thrive in the
mommy
Ren Fair.
milkers just
Your mommy
flopping out,
milkers are just hanging out, dude.
hanging out.
Yep.
I
Your goat
want you
milkers.
to you asked me last night what if I
Mm-hmm.
knew what my Kibbe
Mm-hmm.
body type is?
Yes. Yes.
And I said, "Well, what's that?" And you
Right.
said, "You don't know Kibbe." And I said, "Well, no." So I looked it up on ChatGPT, or
Mm-hmm.
asked ChatGPT to give me my Kibbe body type,
Right.
and it did. But then I didn't even Google what it was because I wanted you to explain to me what it is. And also, do you have the text? Oh, probably not. You probably don't have a text where I like explain what mine was
I
because it
do.
was
I have
spot
everything.
on. It was literally
Yeah,
spot
for
on.
sure. So if you've never heard of the Kibbe body types, and like I feel like a lot of people are because I feel like this was kind of big in like the 2010s ish kind of
Really?
era. Yeah,
Why am
like
I
people
just hearing
really
about
were
it?
talking about it a lot. Well, you weren't like a Tumblr person. And I feel like it was big on Tumblr, like figuring out your Kibbe body type because it's kind of like interesting. So we've always heard about like your classic like apple, pear, shape. You know what I mean? Like hourglass figure, inverted triangle, all of that. But this is like a little bit more advanced when it comes to like your
I
body
really like the
type.
way it described it all. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, this makes me feel really, like, beautiful," and I felt like they all
right.
sounded beautiful.
Right. It's sort of like it takes into account like your style lines and like the essence of like your whole the way that you look and are like presented. Um and it's
Mhm.
just like so interesting. So it goes it's just like very much more. I think
Who
the
made
body
it?
types are that's a really good question actually. I mean, I'm sure it's someone.
Who came up with this concept? Is it a concept? Is it like a textbook thing? What
David
is it?
Kibbe, of course, a man.
Okay. Of
Um,
course. Ew, now I have
yeah,
to
it
go to
was
the
he
list.
introduced the system in 1987. And it categorizes individuals into 13 distinct archetypes based on their physical characteristics and a balance of yin, so soft and rounded, and yang, sharp and angular. And like the reason why I think that this is so interesting is because it's just so much more it's more defined than like, oh, you're an inverted triangle. So dress for your body
Right.
type.
Do you
So if
have
you're
the
like trying to find your
text?
style, it's really helpful.
Well, okay, so that was what's so cool about ChatGPT is it then asked me if I wanted a curated Pinterest, board,
Mm.
and it
Mhm.
was totally my style.
Right. So yours, you were the dramatic classic or soft natural.
I ended up being the soft natural once I uploaded more
Right.
photos.
So yours is yang dominant
No,
with
wait. Go to my text. Did I say
I'm on it
soft
right now.
natural? Oh, did
I'm
I
on it
say
right
soft
now.
natural?
Yeah. It says that you are a blend of bold yang with so because your height, strong bone structure, striking presence. Well, let me talk about what it is. So it goes from dramatic to natural, classic, uh, gamine, and romantic. And you can kind of fall all over the place. There's the yin, which is like more soft and rounded, and then there's the yang, which is more angular and sharp. And like for
Imagine
me,
they're
when
like, "You're only yin."
you're
There's
only
no yang.
yin. But
They're
like
like,
I
"We
feel
see
like
no yang."
your yin though is like or your yang would be like your face is structured more like sharper. Does that
Right,
make
well, I thought it
sense?
was interesting because it said, like, you have, like, soft, body features,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
soft, which I do. It's, like, very, it's
Soft
hard to
flesh.
ex
They say like
Yes,
soft
soft
flesh.
flesh is what it said.
Right. So it's like broad bone structure and
Mhm.
soft flesh and like comfortable in like unstructured clothes,
Yeah.
sensual, strong, tall, long vertical impression, bold
Mhm.
curves, um,
Which was, like, all spot on.
which is all spot on.
And
Absolutely.
I just love and I looked up other ones and I was like, "Wow, I really like the way that they describe all of these." It was just like everything was felt very, like, beautiful and, um, romantic.
Right. Absolutely.
What was yours?
So I think mine was the soft natural, which is
No, I thought you said something dramatic or
you know what?
theater.
Yes, but like I think that was the photo I sent in, because I don't think
Okay.
that that's really what I was, because I definitely have more of like some features that are rounded, but it's mostly like strong, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, because here's like something that's so interesting about it. So like you can look at somebody and think like that person looks like a dense boned person, and
Right.
it has nothing to do with their weight. This is what's interesting, is that it literally doesn't have really anything to do with like weight
Right.
or anything. It has to do with just like the way your body is proportioned.
Totally. One of my best friend who is not like a super plus size woman, she's
Mm-mm.
dense bone. You could look at her and go, that woman. And
Right.
same with you.
Right. Whereas
You
like you can
guys
look at someone
have,
and be like, okay, that person is alive. Okay. Like that person just, you can tell
yeah.
that this person has like almost like they say like almost like hollow bones. And that's not like a bad thing. It's just like
Right.
some people look more like a fairy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when you look at somebody and they just look like so just like sinewy and long.
Mm-hmm.
And some people
Or
look like,
soft and billowy like
or
me.
soft and pillowy like Hunter, like an absolute oak tree.
Just literally. I just like a little cloud.
Just like a little
Soft and
cloud.
billowy
But
and
like soft
foldy.
natural is like
Foldy.
you're gonna have shoulders. Okay. There's gonna be a shoulder situation.
Okay. Well, listen, there's one thing about soft natural is that you're gonna have a shoulder.
You're gonna have some shoulders. Okay. You're gonna have a pair of shoulders that don't quit.
Shoulders.
Okay. And that
Can you
couldn't
read more on
be
the description? Because I want to see if it gotcha.
of soft natural. Absolutely. Let's see real quick here. All right. So okay, so but real quick, it says the beauty of the Kibbe system is that it aims to harmonize clothes with your body instead of hiding or disguising any flaws, which are attempting to let our best traits shine. So like, I think that that's kind of cool. It's like instead of like disguising flaws, it sort of just like brings a harmony, which is also why I think getting your color analysis is so important. And it's just like
Mhm.
very enlightening, the whole process of it. Um, so let's see. This is not mean you're big or wide. Okay, so the natural family. So natural, mine is the soft natural. The natural portion of it is known for its like Kibbe width, which doesn't mean that you're like wide or big. It just means that you have openness in your shoulders, upper back, upper torso
Mhm.
area. So you
Mhm.
just have this like
Which is correct for you.
right. Like I'm not someone that like you look at and I'm kind of like
You're like
in,
you're
you
not
know,
like
like
she's like a little like yeah.
yeah, like she's just like that. Like I'm like very. It's a
You have
lot
a
of shoulder.
presence. Yeah.
Yeah, and which I thought was so interesting. Um, and let's see what